So I'm a social psychologist who studies morality and politics, and in 2011 I began to get concerned that everyone was on the same team. In my field in social psychology, everyone was a Democrat, everybody had the same views. And that meant that any conversation about immigration, race, gender, inequality, everyone started from they had the same presuppositions, they reached the same conclusions. And I could see errors being made. And so I was invited to give a talk at our annual convention by the president of the main organization. And I said, okay, but I'm going to talk about this problem. I'm going to talk about how we have no ideological diversity. He said, great, bring that out. So I gave a talk on that, and I went through a variety of ways of searching for conservative social psychologists. And I found one. There was one. His name is Rick McCauley, and I am so blessed that I actually met him and learned from him in graduate school, and that prepared me to do the work that I've done for the rest of my life. The one conservative showed me, well, actually, there are other ways of looking at things. So I gave this talk. I wasn't canceled. A few people were upset, but a lot more said, you made a good point, because it wasn't a moral talk. It was about, this is blocking our science. We need viewpoint diversity. And so about 4 or 5 other professors came to me afterwards and said, wow, we think you're right. And we talked, and we thought, we should work on this. We should make this a more formal case. So we wrote this up into a paper for brain and behavioral sciences, where we really laid out in academic terms, here are the 5 different mechanisms by which viewpoint diversity would improve our science. Confirmation bias, just all sorts of mechanisms. And then we wrote that in psychology, and then it turned out there was a sort of analogous paper in law and one in sociology. And we said, wow, this is all over the place. We're talking, this is 2014 now we're talking. So in 2015, a few of us got together. We decided to put up a website. We just made up the name Heterodox Academy. It was made up by Nick Rosenkrantz, who's a conservative law professor at Georgetown. And we put up a site. We thought this was just a faculty project. It had nothing to do with students. We went live on September 12th, 2015. And about 2 months later, Yale blew up at Halloween. And after the Yale Halloween fiasco, then that spread nationally. That led to what, in retrospect, really is rather similar to the Cultural Revolution in China, a student-led movement to tear down everything old, everything that is not equal, everything that's hierarchical. So Heterodox Academy is still a movement of professors who love the university. We are politically diverse, and we're mostly center-left, center-right, centrist, and libertarian. We don't have a lot of far-left. There's nobody from the far right anywhere, anyway, in the academy. But we love universities. We're not bashing them. We're trying to fix them. We're trying to improve them. And that's one reason I'm happy to be here in Carolina, is that you have a very active chapter here with the nice name Heterodox Heals.